Yeah, no, it sounds good. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, my goodness.
Hi, how lucky can we
You
be?
are very spiffy tonight.
Okay.
Incognito.
Okay, so we're recording.
Oh, did it start already?
No, we're just starting now.
I don't, is there a quorum?
Okay, folks, we can start the meeting. We decided that we do have a quorum. Okay, and I guess the first thing we want to do is, the committee members is to review the previous minutes from June 18th and decide if we want to accept them. If there's any changes, we have a few minutes for this.
Any corrections?
Everyone, I'll let everyone when you finish again, let me know if everything's fine.
Yeah, I make a motion to accept the minutes.
I second
Is everything else?
Second.
Fine.
A
Anyone-
third.
Appreciate you want to read?
Nope.
Thank you. Okay, so the interesting part, the next item I decided to research a little bit more into website business, and the official website is actually in the town of Harwich, and in the minutes that we, if you go to the actual minutes, has the link to the website, and I decided because it's very small print and we really didn't have a projector to look at anything that I can say, I printed out the first page of the website, you know, and it's, and the interesting part,
Thank you.
I split it up, the page when you go on. The first part basically has the link to where the agenda and the minutes are at, so that you can find it online, and the archive agenda and minutes, then who's the current members. And I decided to increase the print size because if I went directly from the website, it looked like that. So
Ooh.
I figured, I mean, obviously if you have it on your phone and on the computer, it would look fine. Now, the interesting part is, clearly when I went through this, just a quick update here on what changes and by the way, this site was controlled by the town, so I'd have to get like someone in the town to make updates. But basically, it has a lot, it kind of agrees with all the stuff we have posted up, that what we accept or don't accept. But it found it quite interesting, we accept most small furniture. Basically, most baby stuff we don't accept. Like if it's a playpen, play chair, anything like that, in theory, you shouldn't accept. I know sometimes that goes through. Large or heavy furniture, which is an interesting thing. So basically, anyone who brings says they have a beautiful oak bureau that's, 5 things that, by definition, that already automatically fails the high weight furniture thing, so there are some options there. I don't know, we obviously don't have Friday's time here because we didn't have this, but this was probably written, came about, maybe an update in 2018, because it says the new times and all that, and you have to have a, you have to have a stamp and all that kind of, not a stamp, but, you have to be a Harwich resident to get here. I don't think the payment, it was still free in 2018, you just needed a sticker. So we can do, we had, last meeting we said some extra things, I guess we could spell certain things out, but pretty much list everything, so it depends on how many people actually go to a website and actually look at stuff. But it did have that. Oh, another quite interesting thing is that like the catch-22 of all, in theory, we're not supposed to accept disassembled furniture.
Yeah, I just
But I
read
know
that.
people
Me
typically
too.
have to bring it in that way.
Right,
In
have to
theory,
take
they'd
some of
have
it
to-
apart.
They would have to assemble it back, because most time, if you're lucky in this disassembled furniture, if it doesn't get separated, and I know people being really nice to say, could you keep this all together, but it's nice to say that, but that isn't may not be reality. So, I'm just curious for all of us here to some findings there. So I'm not sure what I can look at the site more, or this is
Thank
what we
you.
have and what we really want to move to be honest with you. So maybe Friday's hours, and we could maybe make it like, here's in the wintertime, we got these hours, just to update a little bit, Clearly somebody's updating their website with our names, because I'm in here and I know this has to be a recent update, So we know that's getting updated correctly.
Guess I wanted to ask, we do not accept items. Is that working most of the time? Because I'm not a volunteer. Is that working for the volunteers when
The what?
people come? It says we do not accept the items. You don't list them all in that paragraph. I said, is that working and people understand,
Yeah,
Because-
we just show it to them.
Yeah, it runs smoothly.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah. Although we do tend to accept
I
things
think
a
we
little bit
take
larger.
playpens.
I mean, yeah.
We've taken
but-
playpens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, clearly last week, it was lucky that somebody bought it, but somebody dropped off probably, I would say probably about a 600-pound weight of a bar. It was really nice,
Wow.
beautiful, all that, but it would have failed everything on here.
It probably got picked up soon.
But it did get picked up, but then somebody else wanted to drop off a really old thing that was, really big, that doesn't get picked up. And it was and you could not go inside, so it would have been in the rain the whole time.
Oh, too bad. Yeah.
So it was like, Murphy's Law, that somebody happened to have a convenient truck to take it, but,
Yeah.
it was just lucky that the person
Right.
was there.
Yeah, that was a nice bar.
One day I saw a dollhouse
Beautiful
that looked
doll.
like I could move into. I never saw anything like it,
Yeah.
but you would have had to have a really nice pickup
Yeah.
to get it.
Yeah.
It was in beautiful
I think we take
condition.
quite a bit of large and heavy furniture.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we get
maybe when they-
bureaus and
yeah,
hutches and,
Clearly, and then when the thing gets too filled and they say no,
Right.
people may get upset if they say something. But anyway, just to be clear, what we have, and what we
Uh-huh.
do.
Helpful.
So, so maybe I'll see what other changes we can have, but I think, we can decide, do we need to move on this website or just keep it as, maybe put the,
So do we make a motion
to just not do
just
anything, or,
leave the website as it stands?
I think so, for now.
yeah,
Seems to be working.
yeah. I mean, maybe simple things like if the times change, like in the wintertime, maybe we could say, could you just go during these months, just change it, and so it doesn't have to change all the time.
right.
And you're right, and this talks about Saturday and Sunday, so we're gonna leave it that way. We don't wanna add Friday at this point.
Well, the catch-22, I think we might want to wait till next year. to
The
see
fall,
how it goes.
yeah.
Time-
That's
Yeah,
true.
By the
it's
time we
only
get
for
it
the
in there,
summer.
these minutes get approved, that we can actually do
Yeah.
something.
And you may not want Friday once it gets dark earlier and.
Well, it's
No.
only through Labor Day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're all set. Good.
Yeah, so, and theoretically, it's not till next month that the minutes get approved that we can actually take actions on the.
Right.
Right.
So,
So would somebody like to make a motion that we keep the
Yeah.
existing, okay, who wants to do that?
I make a motion that we accept the write-up the way it is on the town site, on the items we do not accept and the other information on there.
Okay.
I second.
All in favor? Do we have-
Aye.
bye.
Yeah.
Okay, new business. One of the requests was, apparently on, well, we know, it was on Friday, we didn't have enough resources to keep the place operational in the afternoon. Then I thought I would generally define what is, maybe you guys can experience, what is the definition, minimum number, I put experience, I didn't want to just put any volunteer who could be there, that we should have to keep the site open. So you have, if you don't have that number,
Automatically it closes.
it closes. And the underlying assumption is that the first shift folks are there and can lock it up. Because in the worst case scenario, you don't have anyone coming in on second, then somebody has to lock the place up.
And that's what happened on last Friday. So we locked it 12:30, I think it was.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a shame, because it seemed like everyone was for Fridays, and now there's not enough people to keep it
Yeah.
open.
So, and what I'm doing just not even for Friday, again, in theory, I guess, even in the winter time, if this ever occurs, you know, what is there, you know, from a policy standpoint, how many people do you need to have there?
4 or 5.
I was thinking that you could do it with 3, but 4 would be, I would think, the minimum. And you couldn't watch the gate.
Right.
I mean, that would
No,
have
you
to be
couldn't
a
watch the
given.
game. So you think you'd need 4, not 3?
I would say 4. I mean, I think you could do it with 3, but,
I don't think we should leave it gray. We need to make a
Yeah.
decision.
I mean, I guess you,
No,
those
we
of
want
you
it
who are
with 2.
volunteers, would you
So
want to
I
do
think
it
it
with 3?
depends on, you know,
Yeah,
I-
but the gate isn't being covered, and part of our responsibility is to make sure that people are coming in with stickers, you know, and if we just.
but a lot of times there's not enough people.
So then we
All
should-
summer. I
but-
mean, we could have closed all summer because
But you
not
can
having
still
enough.
see the cars when they
Yeah,
pull up.
we follow them when they come
Yeah.
up to us. I mean, that's, sometimes there's only 2 or 3 people on, you know, there's days there that one time it was just Keith and I, the whole place in the summer. And then sometimes with you guys, you're the only one, you know, you and maybe one other person.
On Friday now, we have the regular people, we have 5
in the morning?
in the morning that
Oh,
come,
great.
so there's.
Or Janet, it's 6 with
some-
Janet,
And Janet,
Okay.
so
so
we have plenty.
So you have plenty, but it's just the afternoon?
afternoons, and the first time that we had that open, we stayed till 3, because we didn't know that we should close. So we were there from 8 to 3.
Yeah,
But,
that's a long
um,
day.
But it's a really good group. You know, everybody gets along and is willing to be there and excited to be there. So I'm for keeping it open till on Fridays until noontime, and maybe we could. And if there's other volunteers that want to take over after that, then it's great.
Has to have somebody with a key, though.
Yeah, that's the
Right,
key thing.
because they have to lock up, yeah.
And we would, yeah. So, but if we're there, then we'll open and we'll make sure that it's secured.
Would it be better for us to announce that it's open Fridays till noon and not dicker with the afternoon? Because I wouldn't want to go there with a truck full of stuff
Right.
at 2 o'clock and have you closed.
Right, I agree.
And I'm also thinking, you know, if you don't have the volunteers, that's a lot. I was just thinking, if we're gonna close it, you know, spontaneously, I don't know, I don't really do it, but could it be posted on Facebook so people aren't loading their truck and in anticipation, especially, you know, someone who's emptying a house or moving? I'd be most disappointed if I
Sure.
was trying to make the target for a certain time.
I mean, I totally agree with you, but the reality of it is, people weren't there. And so we're not gonna make any commitments that the people on first shift have to stay there.
Absolutely
So
not.
No,
unfortunately, I totally agree, if you could plan it and put it in Facebook, like, and to get it on Facebook, like a few days, you know, before, have it all set up, that's great. Unfortunately,
It's not gonna
It's-
happen.
it's not
I just
gonna
meant then, so wouldn't it make sense to me to have it closed Friday at noon? When that shift's finished, you have 5 people that are committed.
Yeah.
And it's sketchy who you get afterwards, so, because I think it's hard myself for the
Yeah.
public to anticipate that
Yes,
and
I
load up
agree.
the things.
Well,
So-
could somebody put it, because I've never even been able to find it, but,
And also the sign out, I guess, like you said, it's putting the, if you're already packed and you're coming to the treasure chest and it's closed, but if there could be some kind of notification on the, in the board, the board that's lit as you come into the transfer station, that treasure chest will be open Friday from 9 to 12, and then Saturday 9 to 3, Sunday 9 to 3. And so it's clear, and that maybe the first couple of times people will come and say, oh, well, like, you know, people will catch on. Because the first couple of weeks that it was open on Friday, we had, I don't
Nobody
know,
knew.
half a dozen people at the most. But now, the regular people that are always coming, they've caught on to being there on Friday as well. So I don't know, it's up to you
Well,
guys what you think.
I was thinking if you put something on Facebook that says we are open from on Fridays from 9 to 12, and will only be open in the afternoon if there's enough help, or, you know, you could phrase it a little better than that, but
I guess, just close it, the reality of it is, this is August right now, so within 4 weeks.
Less than that, yeah,
Right.
yeah, 4 weeks, right, it'll be over.
So it's probably a topic that we need to put, maybe if we decide to open, you know, next summer,
Yeah,
we can close on it, but I think reality is the town
That's
website
true.
controls everything and how we want to do stuff.
And that doesn't even have us on Friday,
Yeah,
the
that
town
didn't happen,
website.
so,
right, because that was new.
good, like an experiment for the summer, and
Yeah.
we'll have to decide how it works out. So maybe we should, in our minutes, say, it looked like, so far, it looks like we were having trouble, you know, having people work on the second shift, you know, for Friday. So next year, if we don't, we may decide it would be just in the morning time.
Okay.
and we appreciate you guys taking over, because Jean and, you know, a few of us had started this, and then Jean, what do you call it, the Shaw said that they needed her every Friday. So that kind of happened, and then Keith said to me, my health is not, I thought I could do it, but, you know, he just had that heart attack too. He's like, I just can't do it, you know, that was, you know, and then for myself, I'm like, okay, they're like, well, you could open yourself, Heather, and on, you know.
That's way too much.
No, on the things, and then I'm like, you know what, you guys, I don't mean to bail, but I ended up with people for staying with me the entire summer, you know, and I was like, it just didn't work out, you know. But I appreciate you guys that are
Thank
doing
you.
the morning, I really do.
So would it make sense to, I'd be happy to try to have a sign made, but would it be helpful to post something till noon, or we would just want to leave it floating and they come and it's closed?
I mean, if we know of a place to post on Facebook, I'm not aware of any Facebook site for the town.
We used to have someone who knew how to do it,
I know, but there are
I
a couple
think,
of us.
I think Jean knows how to do it.
because I've
We could
seen
ask her to
things
do
about the treasure chest when
Yeah,
we've had a
it was
storm.
Cindy, Keith's wife is the one that was doing most of the posting on
Okay.
Do you
Facebook.
guys like to leave at 12 or 1, I mean,
So it just depends if it's like really crowded, you know, people
I
are there
think
at
we should leave it
12:30.
flexible with you guys,
Yeah,
because
yeah, pretty
you could,
much.
you know, because we know all the people, you know, pretty much that come, so you could easily say we are, you know, unless, you know,
Yeah.
unless you want me to just make up a sign like, remember I wrote Open Fridays, that little green sign?
But what about the sign as you enter the actual?
Landfill.
Is that the one that says
Landfill.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Well, like, you know, it tells you like it's closed, or it'll be closed on 4th of July, for example.
That'll be up
So
till
you
Never
can't
later,
noticed
right?
it. Isn't that funny? I've never noticed it. So
Yeah.
it's, so when
I
you go,
haven't
when I go to
either.
the dump, oh.
Well, a lot of people don't go to the dump.
I
They
do,
come-
but
Well,
I didn't see
No,
it.
but I'm just saying, some.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know-
you saw,
I see a lot
many
of
wouldn't
people-
see it, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's not a
I
good
think we
idea.
have the one small sign that you put that's right on the treasure chest side at the time. We could update that. As far as the Facebook site, yes, there is a site. I think there's like a third party, you know, person put on for the town.
Cindy does it,
That
or-
is not an official, I don't think.
Oh, no,
there's
it's not
any
official.
It's not official, no.
no.
Not from the town. So
I just wondered, I guess, we want to leave it floating then, kind of? Is that what we're going to do
But
till
is that fair
September?
for people that load their car up and then
That's
show
what I
up
think,
and
but-
nobody's there?
The only thing I can say is if we get the sign, and if the town wants to do it, okay, the next 4 weeks, can you change the sign right away and put this Friday and close it, and making sure it says it closes at 12?
Maybe we should say donations Friday morning, Saturday all day, Sunday all day, and that way,
Yeah.
if you have enough people on
There you
Friday, it
go.
could stay open in the afternoon, but people wouldn't be bringing donations.
So what would you say, Friday morning, is that how you worded it?
Yeah, so you could say donations are
Accepted on
accepted on, yeah, Friday
Friday.
9 to 12, Saturday,
9
yeah,
to
9 to
3.
3, and Sunday 9 to 3.
And you still want it to be 9 to 3 on Saturday, on Saturday,
Well,
Sunday?
that looks like the next item.
Is that too much for you
You
guys?
used to,
Just to be, I'm sorry for apologies, but to close on the original item, if we're talking about Friday, how many minimum people? Is it 2 that we need? And it
Oh,
needs-
at least
it
3,
says it
at
needs
least
to be
3.
an experienced person for the outside and.
Yeah, I'm not clear,
experienced
because I
person-
heard someone say 3, you could run it with 3, then I heard you, a couple of you say 4. So I do
It's up
think,
to you guys, really.
I
It's
think
really
you
up to
could
you.
stay open with 3, if it was a Friday afternoon.
And somebody would be covering the gate or no?
No gate.
no.
You wouldn't be able to do the gate, really. I mean, maybe you could the first couple of hours, but not towards 3.
And by the way, this is for all days, so just in case in the wintertime where we get situated, it's just a general rule. So the guy, this is what we want to do as a committee, this is there. You may never have the issue, right, you may always, but if we run into it, what are we supposed to do?
So basically not covering the gate is really leaving the treasure chest open to people without stickers.
No, we
Because they're
check.
they're gonna
When
take
I've
it.
come in, I've been checked, even though no one's at the gate, you know, and
We
when I
check every
drive,
time.
and somebody's looked all the time at my car, to be honest with you.
As soon as you
Check.
pull up to us, we check.
But that's if they, you can try it, I'm sure that's gonna be a consideration for people that are buying the stickers. But, and I know if you're dropping off, you have to
Yeah,
have a sticker.
yeah, yeah,
But not if you're pulling off where I park.
Yeah, they
yeah.
wanna shop,
Nobody's gonna
just
do
shop,
Right,
not
I
drop
understand.
off.
So
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the equity of people that are going in and buying the sticker and then not having people.
Maybe as a volunteer, you can try to be aware, and then we can talk about at the next meeting, how many cars you're seeing trying to come in
That's
without
a
one.
idea, yeah.
Because, I mean, now people in town, everyone I know knows you need a sticker. I'm not saying they all have one.
Yeah.
But to me, that people have been educated about that, so I don't know. I
That's a question I have. Where does that money go?
don't know.
We don't know that, so, but let's stay on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I just would love to
I
know.
can give you an idea after.
So let's close on this one.
Yes.
So I'm hearing like a minimum of like 3, at least to have somebody for the outside. You need to have somebody heading the inside.
Right.
And this would probably not be ideal if it was a crowded day, and then maybe 3, and then have a runner. So we're gonna say minimum 3. and then
Okay.
And if that falls apart, if in a
So-
situation that goes, then we can change it.
So,
Okay.
gonna make the motion?
Who wants
Was
to
that
make
the
the
motion?
I'll make a motion, 3.
Second.
Second.
Okay.
So the next topic that came up, there was your suggestion to keep it. I think right now, on the Sunday, in the afternoon, we accept the way till like 2:30. Is there any case where you think that if it's too much, should we drop back to 2 o'clock?
Link told us that we needed to stay open till 3 o'clock and take everything we could right up, and so did Tom, that we have to take stuff right up till 3 o'clock. That's what they had told us.
Okay.
Because that's the hours you say you're open.
Because we wanted to stop getting things at 2:30, and they said, no, we're gonna, as long as you're open, you're gonna take things right at 3 o'clock. That was, it might be in the agenda, I mean, somewhere, but that's what we were told.
So both those got, well, obviously, Lynn's still here, Tom isn't. So I'm assuming he's accepted that things can stay outside. Because if you guys don't have enough time, so say somebody drops multiple furniture at 5 to 3,
Mm-hmm.
it's staying outside.
No, we stay, all of us stay until at least 4:45. I would say we all stay a long time after.
Yeah.
What we've been
You
trying
guys
to,
even stay hours
so,
after.
yeah, we've come, and I've usually checked with Heather if we've had a really heavy morning, and I say, well, we might, likely it's gonna continue. Do you want us to come back at 2? So often Sheila and I will come back at 2, and we stay until 3:45, 4 o'clock, until everything is, and now Saturday is a little different in that if it's gonna be a nice,
Yeah.
and there's not any rain, and that we can leave things out on the
Okay.
table that's not gonna be flying around. So we may do that on Saturday, but on Sunday, everything is usually put back in the sheds and cleared.
Mhm.
Okay, that's really good. Okay, so
Yeah.
So in scenario, so what happens if you didn't put it back in?
On a Saturday or Sunday? I mean,
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday we make sure everything's done.
Okay,
Because
Everybody,
everything would be
everybody.
everywhere, I think. if you didn't put it away, I mean, who, would the people that are employed by the town, would they come in and take care of it? Probably not. So we make sure on Sunday afternoons,
Everything's clean.
everything's put away.
Everything's put away.
And it may not be in the building
So is
itself.
So,
What's
which
your
is
question?
great that you guys are doing. I just want to make sure I mean, we're making this clear. You're staying over that. So
That's a
you're
long
telling
time
me
to stay,
that
right?
say you had an emergency and you had to do something, or you had commitments at 3 o'clock, should you, then you tell me that if you guys don't do this, that you should be terminated because you didn't complete the job, or should it be that they stay outside? And I'm just being a little.
I'm not saying, no, there's always someone that makes sure that it's cleaned up on Sundays. Because if I was to leave and I had an emergency,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call one of these guys. So it is made sure that this place is clean, totally empty on Sunday. Now on Saturday, we all say we're all there, these girls, we say, what's the weather gonna be? First thing out of our mouths is, what's the weather gonna be? Someone checks the weather, and then we take in all the fabrics or anything that's not gonna get wet. Even if it isn't gonna rain, we put all the fabric stuff away. And the only thing that should be left out was
Like
anything
toys
that's
and-
not gonna get destroyed or the wind's gonna blow.
So that's good.
So then, let me ask this question, because there are volunteers that aren't gonna stay past 3. They're gonna leave at 3, because that was the, when they signed on, they were told 3 o'clock. So, is it fair to say that your name and your name and your name will be on that shift? If people have to leave, you're free, you're willing to be available to come in and.
Yeah.
We all cover each other.
So we'll put that on the schedule, that anyone that has to leave early can call one of you 3 or you. Are you willing to do that?
I'm not volunteering on the weekends anymore.
Okay, so.
And to be clear, I didn't read the whole chair's responsibility role, and I was telling Mary, I basically fail probably 99% of the requirements of a chair. I can lead a meeting and all that, but what you guys were talking about, I can't do that at all. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm fully committed, so I can't do anything with respect to the treasure chest. I did one time for Jean, I fixed a broken lock issue, but in general, I can't.
You're busy, sure.
So in theory, in comical, I should actually be removed as a chair, because I can't fill the responsibilities of a chair. I can lead meetings and stuff
No,
like that.
that's fine.
What responsibility are you talking about? Because I don't think you're responsible to be there
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or,
But that's
you
the
know,
way
or
it's
the
written
issue
up
that
in
you're
the
talking about now,
bylaws.
actually, if you read back historical minutes, that was the definition of the chair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I tried to find that, but I never,
Yeah, I went
Never
back like
found
to
it.
2000, I went way back, I went on the website, reading
Yeah.
everything. And, but I can't do this thing that you were just discussing, like on Saturday, if the stuff
Oh,
left
and I
out.
don't think you're expected to.
I mean, not at all.
Okay.
From what I know, the chair runs the meetings and,
But
you know,
if the
keeps
power
it.
goes out,
Yeah.
or somebody calls and says the gates are open, he wouldn't run in it, and I'm not gonna be able to do that either, but I mean.
Yeah.
But you
whose
could call me.
responsibility
Yeah,
is that?
I can do that, I'm just saying in general, I just want to be open, sometimes it could be there, but it wouldn't be fair to everyone. At
Yeah.
least what Ellie gave to me, it's like, here's the definition.
No, we appreciate you doing this, George.
But then I know, but I think I've been around about 5 years now. I don't know Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday that a chair had to
Ever.
be available.
You're doing fine. You're doing
Okay.
great.
Okay, so we did the,
So we covered that, so basically, it's dropped, basically, we're saying that things can be dropped off till 3 o'clock in the evening. And we have to dedicate 3 people
and
that
so we're
said that
gonna
they'll be.
put your names on the list, if anyone has to leave early, you will be available to come in and,
We.
no, I'm just saying.
No,
I
yeah,
just want it
whoever's
clear.
there, because like I said, there was a little weirdness last week where, someone expected that, like just because we're there at the end doesn't mean we're the ones unless we talk about it. You know what I mean? Like for example, Gene usually locks up, or Keith usually locks up. There's certain people that do their job, and I'll just say, so Linda thought that I was the one that was supposed to lock up, but we talk about it ahead of time. Who's gonna lock up? We say, who's gonna lock up? Who's gonna be at the end of the shift? We even when these guys come, you guys gonna be here to the end? And
Are you gonna lock up?
so there's a communication at the end of every day, who's gonna do what.
Right, but it's okay to add on to that sheet with everybody for subs, that if there aren't 3 people at the end of the day to stay and clean up, they have to leave, one of you 3 will be able to come in.
Yeah, long as it's not a consistent thing where people say, okay, you know, Sheila and Sharon are gonna come.
Right.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. We already
you know
do
what
it.
I mean, at 2:15, see you later, because Sheila and Sharon and Heather are gonna put everything away and do it. Well, you know, that's not, we don't
Well,
want
it
that.
is they should commit to 3 o'clock, but
Right.
not after.
I don't really think it's really a major thing. You know,
We automatically do it.
and I think
We've been
that,
doing it for 20
yeah,
years, so-
people just kind of chip in and get it done. And I think it starts, at least when I've been there, and like I said, often we've come up at 2 o'clock. We're already getting, the process has already started of bringing in racks and bringing things in. And so, and things are already getting organized so that at 3 o'clock, even if there was a rush, you know, you would still probably be there till 3:30 and be able to, you know, be out. So it has, I haven't seen it as a big problem.
But it sounds like it's some of the, you guys are the key names of that shift, because you're saying you work it out each time. But maybe Mary's saying, to make it clear, maybe she needs the names, all the names
Sure.
that people.
And that makes
It changes
sense.
all the time,
After
though.
3 o'clock.
It changes all the time
Yeah,
because Tom's
but
here.
you guys are gonna know who's delegated, you see what I mean? If someone needs to, if someone's hanging and they don't know that, they know if they contacted one of you 4 names, somebody come up with the
So
plan.
you'll be on that sub list if somebody has to leave at 3. I mean,
I don't want to be on a sub list. I just, in other words, I don't want to be the responsible person that locks up every time, you know?
Can I suggest
Yeah,
that,
it works.
well, I'll suggest, it's working.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is clearly, last Friday, we had a bar set that could have never fit in the thing, that luckily came the next day and it didn't rain. But if it rained, it would have been rained on, period. So I guess the reality of it is, these guys would try to get it all in the things, but if it's not in there, it's not in
It's
there.
out, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if it was too heavy or not there, it's gonna get thrown into at the transfer station to the dump, you
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
And most people, if they're bringing really heavy things, they're
Well, I know we,
conveniently avoiding a high cost that they would have to pay.
Right.
That's the
That's
reality.
exactly what it is.
right.
So anyway, I think let's close on this. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but I
Nope.
think, you know, you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah,
But I
I
think
hear
it's
you.
okay that, hey, if you can't put it away, so be it, that you can't put it away.
We do the best we can. 'Cause
Best we
at
can.
the end of the day, it's only Keith and I and the girl, none of us can lift anything heavy like that,
No.
so
Because at the end
that's,
of the day, it would be thrown out.
yeah.
I mean, reality is that's, so,
So we need to stick to what the
yeah,
drop-offs should be allowed, no heavy
Yeah.
furniture.
yeah. That would be advisable for, that you guys, you would think you would want to promote that, you know?
I try not to take anything we can't lift. That's where I'm at with the large furniture.
I think it's always tough though, because it seems like common sense, you know, you all who work there all the time, you know what
Yeah.
is
What we
moves
can
and
and
what
can't do.
doesn't, yeah.
Exactly.
You know what moves too.
Yeah, you do, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I might take a fabric chair that, you know, like, I don't know where we don't take anything fabric, because we do, we used to always. If the beautiful chair comes in, and I know it's gonna move, I've called the shots pretty good late this summer, I'll take it and it'll go within, you know, if it's something that you think is beautiful,
Sure, it's gonna
then,
move.
you know, it's like,
We don't need a motion to say that the hours will stay the same for Saturday
No,
and Sunday.
because that's it, right? It'd be a change in motion, you would have to, but, you know.
Okay, and did you ever make a list? I think one,
No, I went and I asked, and everyone said they felt they didn't need it, they just
Oh,
tell
okay.
people, so I didn't
Okay,
make the list.
all right,
I
no
I have
problem.
the list, I mean, I wrote a list,
Yeah.
but I never went and got it printed,
okay.
because when I went and I asked Heather and Ellie and some of they they felt that wasn't
Okay.
an issue at
Yeah,
all.
no problem, I just noticed.
No,
that
I
when
know
was
you're right,
reading.
I did say I'd do it.
I do have I think we have multiple open session questions, but I have I think a really quick one. One of the, you guys probably have many more years than me, somebody came up to me that, I know we have volunteers that, you know, and you can have volunteers that you don't have to work in, you don't have to live in Harwich or anything like that. And they said, come to George and, you know, I couldn't get a treasure chest sticker. So somebody told me to come to me. I said, okay. So then I guess the question is, I'm thinking, and this person has worked there for many years, so, well, what did you do in previous years? Obvious question to ask. So what did we do in previous years? And she'd asked, like, the town, if we had a list of the volunteers you know, we give them that list and, you know, again, maybe the town will give them the treasure chest sticker. I would have to confirm, we'd have to confirm with that.
They can come in through the dump, so they don't need the treasure chest
But I
sticker.
think the question they were asking if they worked here, were they entitled to a treasure chest sticker?
They
That was
should
actually the
give
question.
everyone
I
a
would think
treasure
so.
chest.
Yeah.
We,
don't
they make
give
us
it
pay.
Huh?
We have to pay for it.
Yeah, we have to buy them.
Well, somebody,
Yeah.
didn't someone buy everyone one?
One year.
It was a couple of years ago.
So,
So that's the question. If the
But you're
question
saying you
is-
feel they can get one even if they're not a town resident, but they're a past
Yeah, I'm
volunteer?
not a town resident anymore. And I was told that there was a list downstairs, you know, like the sticker people. We had a list of people and I had to just show them, you know, even though I live in a different town and tell them I work there, that they would give me a sticker.
And were you able to get a sticker?
Well,
Because you technically need it.
unfortunately, at the time, I totally forgot my registration, something silly, that, you know, so yes, I could have got one.
So I guess the question
Yes,
is,
I
do
guess
we
it
have an
is.
official, do we have an official volunteer? I know we have the phone list of volunteers. you
There
know,
is a
but
list of volunteers.
Is that I
With
guess
the
in
phone
theory, is that
numbers.
the
Oh, yeah, right.
official one?
I don't know how far, because I wasn't here in the
Well,
past, though.
I think Debbie's right. Is the phone numbers
It's
should
been,
be,
when I was the
Yeah.
chair, I added several people, so it should be up to date unless that's, or that's something that we can do here, the
Okay.
next meeting.
Yeah,
But it was up to date.
okay.
But I'm talking about, I thought George was saying like the past, let's say you
Oh,
volunteered
yeah.
after it, you know, when it opened, let's say when it reopened after COVID, because
Right.
it changed. You know, I guess we do probably have a list that when it reopened after COVID. What do you think, Heather? Because that's when I got involved. Others, I don't know if they
why
had any-
would you want that? I'm just
No, no,
curious.
well, I thought we were saying that if someone was a
Well-
past volunteer and they wanted to, they live in another town and they wanted to come in and use it.
No, not that I know of, do you? If they were a past volunteer and they can get a
No.
sticker, I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
you, I know, the question really,
No.
I'm positive if you say you're in another town, and you want to get a sticker, you would have to be a person who volunteers
Now.
actively now.
Oh,
That's
now.
correct. That's
Oh,
right.
I
I was
thought,
asking.
okay, I
Yeah,
thought you
okay,
meant,
deal with that.
okay, I thought
No.
you meant they were a past
No, no, no,
volunteer.
no, no.
I misunderstood.
What I meant, pass, I mean,
I
when we
understand.
had volunteers before, how do we
Okay.
deal with this?
Yeah, no, not that I know of.
I think maybe.
You have to be a volunteer now.
When it's due which is the end of June or July 1st, right?
Yeah, you have to
Maybe
have a
we
budget,
should
right.
approach the town and give them a list of current volunteers and ask them to please let them get the treasure chest.
And I think, the person who asked, I forget her name, and I don't know if I'm gonna bring names up, was the lady, it's been working in Treasure Chest for a while.
Just a first name.
And
Okay.
remember your name, she works on second shift,
Okay.
white hair, like I think, not white hair, yeah. She's
Oh,
a really
Holly.
nice lady, yes.
Yes, Holly.
And she came up to me.
Yeah,
and
but she
said
works
that-
with us.
Well, yeah, no, I know,
Yes,
I
yeah, okay.
absolutely know all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, okay,
But
so
my
she should get a
question was,
sticker.
You know,
Can she
I
get a
could say
sticker?
for her,
Yes.
she said, well, you just give the sheet of the volunteers on the list. I guess my question, the sheet of the volunteers, that sheet's probably, I don't know if everyone, if somebody confirmed the whole
It's
list.
up to date.
Yeah. Well, I get my question, up to date, or how many people on that list are no longer volunteers? So could you have the opposite question?
Some
I
are just
mean-
subs, aren't
We have to
they?
look at the list,
I
but
just know that when I was the chair, which was only in the winter,
Yep.
the list was up to date. People
There
that
you
were
go.
no longer volunteers were crossed out.
Okay.
And
Is
this
she on
list
there?
is maintained by the secretary
Oh,
at
okay.
DPW.
Oh.
This is in her computer.
Okay,
So
that's
when
what I
there's
need to know.
changes, it just goes to her. She takes them off or adds them,
Okay.
and it's,
So I guess I can go print this up, I'll go to the DPW.
I can, or Debbie could tell you who's on and off, or I can, either one,
so actually,
who's gone and
we
who's
need
not.
to take her off. We need to take
There you
Ellie
go.
off and put Ellie down here.
So is Ellie,
Which would still be okay.
what is?
She's not in the board anymore.
She's not on the
Because
board.
She
she's
just
a sub.
volunteers.
Yeah, the reality of it is, it's just, who's not a member of Harwich is really the,
So we still
Not
need
issue.
volunteers for the committee,
yeah.
because we're short.
How many
Let's,
people are we short?
Well, we have Heather, Jean, George, you, Mary, and me. and there's supposed to be 7. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 1 full-time volunteer and we need 2 alternates.
I'll be an alternate, but I'm not here during the winter, so that's the problem.
I mean, I don't,
You have been before. It's like, I mean, when I
That was
called you
something,
guys.
that
if
was
there
something that
something-
Ellie changed because I was on the board, and then she said I couldn't be because I go to the winter.
When you're
Oh,
required to
yeah.
have a quorum.
Yeah, but with
You can
an
be
alternate,
for
they
an
don't
alternate.
vote unless there's a missing member, right?
That's right,
Okay.
yeah.
You
So
always
that's
have-
what
You
we-
always have to have an odd number when you're doing the vote.
Right.
Mhm.
Can't have a tie.
So you said we need one more,
it looks to me that we need 1 more full-time, 1 more board member and 2 alternate members.
What about Lori? Wasn't Lori thinking about doing it?
I don't know. I've asked people, I've asked Archie, I've asked people, nobody's jumping up here, so.
Yeah, that sounds right. So we have 3 open positions.
Well, I'll take the other alternate if they allow it.
I can't see why they wouldn't. I mean, the summer.
You guys were on it, you
I
guys,
was on it
you
for
guys,
years.
no, I'm saying you guys left. No one ever said that you couldn't do it, right?
Ellie said
You
it.
know, we should look at whatever the
Towns.
we should look at whatever the thing is for volunteers and see if they have to be full-time. I mean, if they have to actually be here.
But it's
I
actually.
called you guys
I
and-
think that the volunteers might be different. It's actually being on this committee.
On the board.
That's right. That's where you, like, you interview with the selectmen, or select
Right.
person. You do those classes that you have to take online.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, all
Yeah,
that
I have
stuff.
to
Pain
run
in
as
the
an
butt.
alternate.
They-
It could be a committee, you have to do.
They've been on the committee for years,
Oh, yeah.
years and years, so.
Absolutely. But I think
Yeah.
right now you do, every 2 years you gotta go through all those classes again.
Yeah,
So do
If
we
you
make a
don't take them,
motion
then
for
you're
this or no?
removed from the committee.
right.
Okay. But we-
I have one, we're here until 6.
Yeah.
We're good until 6.
So
I
this
have
is
one new
pretty
item.
Yep.
The lockbox. I'm not gonna say the code, so I wrote it on here.
yeah,
I just changed it this week,
okay.
so that's the new code.
Can I ask one more question?
Yep.
People that come in with a sticker, but it's not adhered to and what is happening is that the sticker is being shared with other people.
For
So
sure.
they might have 4 or 5 relatives that they share that with. So how do we just say, well, you have a sticker, you can come in if
The
we
sticker-
suspect that or not?
License plate has to match the sticker.
Yeah, the sticker and the license plate have to match.
Just like you said,
So
Jean
as long
makes
as
it
they're in
an
that
effort
car,
to go check
you're
and say,
okay.
look.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
and I always just told people, because I'm not gonna be, a brood about it, I just go, the selectmen would really like you to fix that to your car. And then some of them say they will, some say they won't.
Okay, so I mean, it's not a huge thing, I was just curious.
No, but it should match the license plate.
Jean makes it a big deal, like she just said, if the selectmen would like you to put it on the car. If not, Jean takes their sticker, walks over to the front of the car, makes a big deal of, like, in other words, you really need to do this
Matches.
because it's gonna, and she looks at their number and looks at the license plate and said, this would be easier for all of us if you would please put it on, Yeah.
So do we need to make a motion on any of this? What was having you two be alternates, is that something, how does that work?
You're gonna
I
check
think
to make
we,
sure?
I think we need to look at the,
So,
Guideline, or whatever, the guidelines, or whatever.
Yeah, and then I think you also have to fill out when it's the.
well, you have to do an application and then you
Yeah.
have to meet with the selectmen.
Yeah, we've done that before. Yeah, we've
I've done that.
all that before,
But
but,
you would, again, have to do it again.
Yeah.
okay. Whatever they
But let me
say.
see, I'll see if I
Okay.
can
Yeah,
find
so
that.
from
so
Is there
that-
any other,
We
like,
know.
we're looking at any other open sessions, if we don't run out of time here? Any other items we want to bring up?
I just want to bring one thing up. On Sunday, I closed. On Sunday, I locked both gates. Someone came in that afternoon and they had to have come in because both gates were left unlocked and were open on Saturday.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, that was on Friday, you had locked them? Yeah.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah,
They were
I had
open on
heard that the
Saturday.
gates were
Oh,
open.
they
So
were,
somebody must have a key.
sure.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to, first of all, why are
But
they
the-
opening the gates? They should be going through the dump.
Right.
to pull in
Exactly.
Through the back.
Exactly.
Unless they came in after hours, then they could unlock from the outside.
That is true.
That's
But then-
exactly what
But then they
happened.
should be locking it back up.
Right, that's what happened, Mary.
But the reality of it is, unless it was extremely windy that day, Mary, when you came in, it was unlocked, but the gates were closed.
They were closed.
So they were not, so somebody had to close it. I mean, it's possible that it could have been, I don't remember being super windy, that it blew the gate open.
And blew the gate
He's
closed.
so nice.
I know, I was there, I forget, well, we were on a Thursday that we had gone, I forgot what day that, but it was in the daytime, but I had gone in, but I don't forgot what day it was, but I definitely didn't open both gates or anything, so.
I just want for the record, I locked
Yeah,
both gates,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, when I left.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, we're good.
Any other open items you want to bring up?
The toolbox from the trailer.
Next meeting, we have to just
Yeah, that's why
decide that.
I want to make sure we have enough time for that.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about the attitudes and stuff, or do you just want to leave it, or not bother?
Well, I think
No? Okay.
not in public forum.
Okay, we'll do it later, okay. All right.
I think there's a way, from a meeting official process that you can, if you want to talk about, I don't want no names or anything, that if you want to be able to, I believe there's an official way that you can do that in the beginning of meetings where it's not recorded. And just begin to how that, to
Yeah.
figure out how to do that, but there is a way that you can do that.
I'm not clear. That was investigated within 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I wasn't clear how that came, because I know the Board of Selectmen go to closed sessions, you
Yeah,
know, at
that's what
least
I mean.
some bodies do. But I think that was not a choice that we had. So I'm really not clear on that, to
Then
be
we would
honest
have
with
to
you.
bring, if we, let's, for the next meeting, if we're gonna have a discussion, it has to be that no names are mentioned.
Yes,
Mhm.
Great.
yeah.
And all that, and you have to agree to that, you know, which
Mhm.
gets you.
Mhm.
And we do have general guidelines that we're supposed to try to get.
Mhm.
Historically, and it
We
seems
do.
like this is a reoccurring thing, even back in 2015, it was mentioned. I went back in the historical minutes, reading everything.
Yeah,
And back then, I couldn't understand, because everyone could come here, so I could see the stress level
Right.
was super high.
Mhm.
But anyway, so let's.
Summer's like that, we have a lot of,
So-
lot is going on.
So we have to have
The
a next
meeting,
meeting.
so
Yeah.
the ideal day, using Wednesdays, I think that too, would be 4 weeks later, although I don't think we have to have them every month.
we don't, only if
have
we
to have
need
them.
to have a meeting.
Only if we need. So
I was
there-
gonna suggest that we skip August and meet
Okay.
in September,
Yeah.
and then we can discuss how
I like that.
Fridays went,
Yeah.
because they'll be done by then,
That makes,
and then stuff that, for
Good
the
idea.
winter, I guess.
So how's, by sequence it every 4 weeks?
Yeah.
It would be September 24th.
Okay. At
Fine
five.
with me.
at 5.
Rudy's.
so September 24th at 5.
Do
We
you
don't
guys go, is it October that you end up going down? Okay, so you're okay, so 24th.
Somebody make a
Because
motion.
we're going to have to discuss the chair position. That needs to be on the agenda for next time, because aren't you July,
I
August,
think we-
September? Yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll be the perfect date.
Be good if we could figure out how to like advertise and say somebody who really wants to be like one of the historical chairs from way back that like, if I read the previous minutes, like way back, there was people that literally were at the place all the time.
Yeah,
So they were literally, like, I call it like a chairman slash supervisor.
yeah.
I don't think there was anyone all the time, but, you know,
Well,
Ellie was probably
back
the most, I
no,
think,
no, I'm
but-
talking back in like 2016, Bob Lee, when it reformed again,
Yeah.
officially. opened.
Tom was there often,
Yeah, he was allowed.
Tom did that, but the person even prior to Tom also was pretty.
Eric?
big on it.
Yeah, I don't know, I have
Oh,
to,
Eric, that's right.
yeah, off and on. depending.
Would somebody like to make a motion to adjourn?
I
the
should-
meeting?
Can I bring up one quick thing?
But we
Yeah,
have 12
sure.
minutes left.
Oh, okay. Your question about where the money goes, the reason we did the stickers, and you'll probably remember this, the reason we did the stickers is because of the dumpster. It was costing the town money to get rid of the trash.
Oh, I
So
never-
that's
that
why
makes
we
sense.
first began the $5 sticker. We came up with that so that we'd be getting rid of our own debris and stuff. So that's where part of that goes from. And if there's anything else, I don't know if they use it for the signs that we get or whatever else, but that was one of the things that
Makes sense.
had happened.
And sure, when I, just a quick example, in the town, the DPW made it for it, like, I got called by Gene, the lock, that they thought the key broke in the lock. It wasn't the case, the lock itself had issues. So I went over to the DPW, I ended up going to the treasure chest. I had met the key guy, there's a key guy here, that came, and he looked at both locks, and he fixed the lock. He didn't do that, and really nice guy, but he was then going back to DPW to give him his bill.
Sure.
Yeah.
So he didn't do it for free.
Right, and I think we also pay for the stickers, I think out of that money. You know what I mean? Like, I think we pay for it every year, the stickers and the trash. And we were supposed to be kind of self-sufficient when we did the $5.
But is there any slush fund with that or
We
not?
can, they told us how much money we had at one point. I forget which,
No, I just think it would be nice, like on days like last Friday when it was sweltering, if there was some place where you could go and get a case of water, you know, or something like that for the,
this is kind of the,
or is that,
more like a business thing than a
okay.
fun kind of thing. I'm not fun, but, you know, to
I
my
didn't know
understanding. Yeah,
what it was
Didn't
for.
we also have the stickers because once they decided that it was only open to Howard's residents?
Yeah, that was the original reason.
That was
why
one of
they
the
had to step in.
main
Historically,
reasons, yeah.
historically. So then the money came out, probably.
No, we did it all at the same time. I was part of all that, so. You were part of all that.
I was
We
part
had
of all that.
decided.
And when I got involved, there had a lot of people on the board, they didn't have a lot of residents on the board. And that's how
Yeah,
I
it all
got
happened at
involved.
once.
So let's officially adjourn the meeting at, let's see, 5:58.
Okay.
No,
We got people at the
It's
door, so.
5:51.
5:51, I apologize.
All right.
It's okay.
Yeah, motion to
And
adjourn the
this
meeting.
seconded?
I second it.
Okay, all right. And who
We should
takes
stop
care
the
of?
recording now.
If there's people.
Oh, how do we stop that machine? Do you have to press the button?
They come in, but it depends on who's.
They do it.